The Middle East is now facing one of its most serious crises in decades, a widening conflict involving the United States, Iran, Israel, Hezbollah, and several regional actors. After more than 6 weeks of hostilities, growing international concern and economic disruption have pushed global powers toward negotiations. On April 11, 2026, a high-level Iranian delegation landed in Islamabad, Pakistan, for what is being described by leaders in Islamabad as a historic attempt to negotiate peace and potentially end the ongoing war between Iran and the United States. Pakistan, with support from other countries such as Turkey, China, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt, helped broker a fragile 2-week ceasefire. As part of that agreement, both sides agreed to convene talks in Pakistan aimed at translating the temporary truce into a durable peace deal. Chapter 1. How the conflict began. 1. From tensions to full-scale conflict. The Iran-US conflict did not emerge overnight. Tensions have been escalating for years, rooted in disputes over Iran's nuclear program, its support for allied militias in the region, control over strategic waterways such as the Strait of Hormuz, and ongoing hostilities between Iran-backed Hezbollah and Israel. These tensions exploded into violence following a series of military strikes in late February 2026, which saw the United States and Israel launch coordinated attacks inside Iran. In response, Iran activated its missile systems and struck back at U.S. and allied targets, including bases and infrastructure in the Gulf region. Islamic militias aligned with Tehran, especially Hezbollah in Lebanon, also intensified military engagements with Israeli forces, adding further layers to the conflict. Chapter 2. The human toll and regional impact. 1. Civilian casualties and displacement. The human cost of the conflict has been devastating. In Lebanon alone, repeated Israeli airstrikes have killed nearly 2,000 Hezbollah fighters and hundreds of civilians. The number of displaced people adds up to well over 1 million. Across the region, families have fled homes, cities have been reduced to rubble, and basic services like hospitals, water, and electricity have been severely disrupted. 2. Strategic choke points and economic disruption. Beyond the battlefield, global commerce has been upended. The Strait of Hormuz, through which a significant portion of the world's oil supply passes, has seen blockades and threats from Iranian forces, leading to skyrocketing freight costs and destabilizing international energy markets. International financial institutions, including the World Bank and IMF, have warned that continued conflict could slow global economic growth and worsen inflation, especially in energy-dependent countries. Chapter 3. Diplomatic efforts and attempts at ceasefire. 1. The fragile ceasefire. After weeks of intense military confrontation, Pakistan stepped in as a mediator and helped broker a fragile ceasefire between Iran and the United States. Under the terms, hostilities were paused to allow both sides space to pursue negotiations. Part of the ceasefire's conditions included a mutual agreement to meet in Islamabad to advance talks aimed at a broader peace agreement. However, security analysts warn that the ceasefire is delicate, with both sides accusing the other of violating terms even as they prepare to talk. Chapter 4. Iranian delegation arrives in Islamabad. 1. Who is in the Iranian delegation? On April 11, 2026, a senior Iranian delegation touched down in Pakistan's capital, Islamabad. The group is led by Mohammad Bakir Kalibaf, Speaker of the Iranian Parliament, Majlis. The delegation also includes Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, Secretary of Iran's Supreme National Security Council, SNSC, Central Bank Governor Abdul Nasser Hemati, senior members of Iran's political, military, economic, and legal teams. Pakistan's foreign minister confirmed their safe arrival, emphasizing Islamabad's readiness to host constructive negotiations. 2. Tehran's before talks. Before negotiations can formally begin, Iran has publicly listed several preconditions: a complete ceasefire in Lebanon, halting Israeli military operations, release of Iran's blocked financial assets abroad, Steps toward reopening and securing the Strait of Hormuz. Relief from certain economic sanctions placed on Tehran. Iranian officials have stated that negotiations will not proceed until these matters are substantially addressed. 3. Diplomatic atmosphere and distrust. Despite the ceasefire framework, there remains deep distrust between the two sides. Upon arrival, Parliamentary Speaker Kalibov referenced past experiences where Iran felt diplomatic agreements were violated or undermined, reminding the world of its reluctance to trust U.S. commitments without concrete guarantees.